What's up, everybody, man? Y'all already know what time it is, man. Welcome to the Black Cat Panther podcast. It's time to talk. It's time to get to it. Wiley and the crew, man. It's let's talk with Wiley and Jayisue, man. Let's get to the issues
Hey
today,
Q.
man. It's y'all show.
Hey Q. Hey, thank you for letting us host. Hey, this is Wiley Jayisue. Hey, we want to give you a little history lesson on the uh, professional football in Charlotte. Hey, Jayisue, what's the issue, man?
Hey, we finna talk about it.
All right. Hey Q, do me a favor, man. We're gonna give him a little history lesson. Hey, put that video on. We're gonna start there, so we'll get a little history lesson on the Charlotte Hornets.
All right. I got you. Let's get into it if we gonna do it.
You got to go to 33, 33, 38. There we go. 33.38.
Can make it. You got to where it was pretty important. A lot of guys say they play this game for free. I don't know how many guys have played for free, but being a champion is what you played for.
If you start a new league in any sport, you have to put a team in New York, the Big Apple. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. But one team that didn't make it there was the New York Stars. When the Stars came to town, they were hard-pressed to find a home. Ebbets Field and the Polo Grounds were gone. Yankee Stadium and Shea were taken. That left Downing Stadium. Located on Randall's Island in the middle of the East River, it will soon be demolished. But on a dreary day in February, we went there to visit with John Dockery. Now, you may remember John as a defensive back on the Jets Super Bowl team. Well, when he was in high school, he played football and ran track on this field. And in 1974, he was back, briefly, playing for the New York Stars.
I'm dressing like just 5 years ago. Teammates and I were down in the middle of Manhattan. It was through Joe Willie, all this all the energy. Then 2 years later,
Hey Q.
Downing Stadium, Randall's Island, New York Stars. It's ironic how life plays tricks on you. I was a defensive back. I remember playing behind Jerry Philbin, one of the toughest players ever, playing with 2 shoulder separations. John Elliott, one of the most athletic defensive linemen you'll ever meet.
You good?
Yeah, we good. I just wanted to make sure because it was a little computerized there, but it caught up. We good.
Okay.
George Sauer, perhaps a receiver that retired at the height of his game. And Babe Pirelli was our coach. He was a backup quarterback for Namath. So here we were as a group, some 5 years later, in this dingy minor league, second grade stadium, playing for a league and a team that was on shaky ground. And it's more of an impression than anything else. I just remember it kind of being brown or dull, like an impressionistic painting. It wasn't like the crispness or the clarity of the NFL. It was kind of like just covered by clouds. I'm a New York guy. I grew up in Brooklyn. The Dodgers left Brooklyn, as you know. We've never forgiven them. But apparently, the lights from Ebbets Field came here to Downing Stadium, and I guess they were from the 30s. They didn't provide a lot of candle power, so they couldn't televise the game. So we were playing anonymously here, in the middle of nowhere in New York City on an island with a few thousand people.
The media center of the world.
The media center of the world.
And you can't televise it.
And we can't be on television. Maybe they had us on radio. I don't even know.
And Sherman rolls to his left. He's going to throw the ball. He's going to throw it. He's going to run. He's at the 20, 25, at the 30. Todd Sherman loses that football as they pile it up there at the 35-yard line at the 40. Let's see who's got it.
Wow. The mighty, and the sun shines on the mighty black, and about the only time it did shine. It was not exactly a happening. to say the least.
A lot of interview requests.
No, not a lot of autographs. You know, you could get in. You didn't want to shower. And I don't remember there being much hot water. They worked about the same, a little drip here and there, you know. Things were just meager. They were tight. Everything was tight. I mean, take a look at these lockers. They aren't much different than they were some 26 years ago. And also, heck, you might want to hold it. These stalls weren't exactly the most inviting either. So if you didn't have to go badly, you wouldn't go. You'd just get out of here as fast as you could. I think there was some feeling of that, you know, hey, how can we be expected to be at the top of our game playing in a facility like this, being treated like this? This was a drag, trying to deal with all this stuff. But you either did it or you didn't play football. And as an athlete, that's what you did. It's in your gut, it's in your blood, it's in the fabric of your being. You're going to play. No one was interested. The team wasn't drawing. The owners were in financial trouble and actually was sold and moved to Charlotte. And when we got to Charlotte, it was like brightness and light and fun and energy. And we were welcomed with open arms. And to have people in the stands who cared about what you were doing was a huge lift for the team. Of course, we didn't win enough games to really support the town. We went on a losing streak at the end of the season. And that certainly affected the attendance, affected survival. But you know what? When all was said and done, there were some good things about it as well. A chance to play, a chance to reunite with some of my teammates, a chance to see other parts of the country, like going to Charlotte, even though it wouldn't have been my choice. But it was part of life's journey. Coming back to the stadium, I feel a whole mixture of emotions. There were high moments, and this was certainly one of the low moments, being here at Downing Stadium and ending with the New York Stars. And as I look at this decrepit stadium now falling down, and I realize that the...
Okay, Q. Thanks, bro. Hey, I hope that set the table, guys, so we can see that even though we all love our Panthers, Charlotte Hornets was the first professional football team that was in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, Jayisue. So what you think about that issue, brother?
I did not know that. I wasn't even born, but it's good to know that.
Hey, that's pretty old, brother. I was 3 years old, so.
Oh, damn.
Good God. 75, 74. Like, seeing it come from New York to Charlotte, like, really, I didn't know Charlotte had a football team back then, because like I said, they didn't get known. They didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting that they relocated and they had fun. And the seasons at that time frame was 20-game seasons. We're complaining about 17 games now. They were playing in 20 games in 1974, 75. Interesting, huh? All right. So, AQ, do me a favor. Pull up that logo, man. Q.
His
Hello?
connection probably went out, or he's restarting.
Okay, you restarted. Okay, no problem, Jayisue. Then, hey, let's talk about it then, Jayisue. So, what you think the logo is going to look like? So, obviously, when we put up the thumbnail, it was the wrong team. We did it on purpose. So that way people didn't know what the show going to look like. What you think the logo was going to look like, Jayisue? It's a hornet.
Then?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, a B. If I could think about it, it should have been a B, but that's crazy till it come into a Panther.
Hey, check it out,
Hey,
Jayisue. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, one of your Hornets just came in. That's why I couldn't get to the screen just now. Hey, I was sitting here. I said, Wally sent a Charlotte Hornet over here on me.
Oh man, that's crazy. Hey, but hey, check that Hornet out itself.
Down.
Oh, dude, them Hornets are pretty tough. Yeah, the Hornets are pretty tough. Oh, Jesus. Hey, so oh, you put him out? You put him down?
I smashed him like a little bug.
That probably was a yellow jacket. You don't know the difference.
Well, he ain't got no worries right now. He ain't got no jackets.
All right. Hey guys, look at 1974. 1974 when they initially came. Look at that logo. Hey Jayisue, what you think about that 1974 logo?
Looks like the Chicago Bears mixed with a bumblebee or a June
Yeah.
bug. Matter of fact, a June bug.
Oh man, what you think, Poppin? What you think about that?
I think it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? You could tell back in those days, the creativity was at a low. It's not as advanced as where we at now. But I mean, it's respectful though. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's serving its purpose.
Yeah, but look at they updated in 1975. There had to be that Carolina influence because they came from New York. Those guys would know it.
It looked
Look
like
at 1975. Go ahead.
from just 1 year over, it looked like they went more simple.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
make it so it stand out, right?
And how long did
Yeah.
those logos last? Like, when did they decide to change them to the Panther?
Well, this league only lasted a year and a half, and that's part of this discussion. So, the owner of the league opened up 3 other leagues. So, this league, the World Football League, he also opened up the ABA, which was the associate, excuse me, the league that was taking on the NBA, and that's what Dr. J and all those guys started at. And then he also had the World, was it?
The World Hockey
The
Association.
hockey, yeah, the hockey association. So he was trying to take on everybody at once. I don't think that was a wise decision because every single one of his teams or his leagues, uh, they were doing good. They had stars, but they went bankrupt. So
Of course.
in a year and a half, yeah, you trying to take on everybody at once, right?
Yeah, the
So
money. I mean, smart thing would have been to take on one league at a time and then grow it, let it spread, and then go to the next league. He kind of killed his own self.
well, he was a hustler. That dude, what he did was he would do this to you. He would show up right
Uh-huh.
area, and he would go to the radio station and say, you know, it'd be nice if y'all had a football team in the area, right? Then he would
Mm-hmm.
go before the radio actually broadcast happened. He would go to whoever's in the area, say it's Lowe's, right? He would pitch Lowe's, telling Lowe's that, hey, I got this idea for this league. It'd be nice if you sponsor them. Then the radio would come out later, say that afternoon, saying that Charlotte's looking for a football team, right? And then, of course, the owner of Lowe's goes, that's a great idea. Because why? He just planted the idea in his head, and that's how he grew his league. So he grew his league, the ABA, that way, and also the World Football League, and also the Hockey Association. The only ones that really lasted was the NBA or the ABA teams, which were ABA want to be Milwaukee, San Antonio, Denver. That's in the championship now. That was a former ABA team. And I forget the last one. There was only 4 that actually made it. And think about that. An ABA team from that guy is going to win the NBA championship. Crazy, huh?
Man, Wiley, I'm reading into more of this stuff, and the initial, from what I'm understanding, the initial thing was to have a 20-game season, 6 games more than the NFL at the time, and they wanted to play back-to-back games. That'll kill your players.
He did play back-to-back games.
Oh my God. And
Think
I'm
about
looking at it. They say the attendance was great, but after stuff became like crazy with mismanagement, it really caused the attendance to go down some.
Yeah, the attendance was so bad by the end of the first year, right? Going to last a year and a half. In the championship game, the team that was in the championship game, The IRS was in the locker room at halftime taking the furniture to pay the bills.
Oh man, talk about
Yeah.
pulling up on you.
Yeah, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that is
Yes.
crazy.
So they made it through the first year. They had their championship game, and then the team moved from New York to us, and we opened. Think about it. In Charlotte, we said welcome, right? And you can see in the video what the guy said. They had a great time in Charlotte, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we were 6-5, so we only played 11 of the 20 games before the league folded. So we didn't make it all the way through the second season. But the seed was planted that football, professional football, in the Carolinas could be successful.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point of all of this. Go ahead.
Why didn't you tell me? Like, I didn't know this. Why didn't you tell me Arnold Palmer had a hand into the Charlotte Hornets? Like, he was a major investor. You know, pro golfer. You know, the drink that everybody drinks now, the Arnold Palmer. This guy.
Yep. This guy. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, the owner of the league was really good at getting support from a lot of different people. Think about it like this: I think it was 72 Dolphins were undefeated, correct?
I think it was
they went. Yeah, they were undefeated. The top running back, the top receiver from that team were so mad because they weren't getting paid a lot of money. Went to the World Football League, so that's why the Dolphins didn't have a dynasty. Little known fact,
crazy. Right? Yeah. Don Shula and them boys was, they were on another level back then, but yes, sir.
Yeah, so he took those players in 1973 from that team. So the year after they won the Super Bowl, they went undefeated. Those guys left the Dolphins and went to the World Football League.
So why did Joe Robbie had a hand in that back then?
Joe Robbie. Who was Joe Robbie?
He was the owner at the time.
Oh, you talking about? I'm trying to look. Hold on a second.
The owner of the Dolphins.
No, he had nothing to do with it. Oh, yeah, he did. If I was thinking about the film, I was looking at my notes in the film. The film is what Zonker said was they got paid $50,000. I think it was $50,000 a year, and they felt like they were being underpaid, and they wanted money. So the top receiver and the top running back from the Super Bowl team left the Super Bowl team. So imagine if Emmitt Smith and Michael Irvin left the Cowboys after the first championship.
Wow. Talk about crazy.
Yeah. This is like I said, this is one of those things where we needed to, I think, look at, because this gives us an opportunity to reflect on the past and football in the Carolinas, but also way we treat our Panthers now. Because think about it. If, just like the World Football League, the NFL is growing. And if we're not filling up the stadium, then, hey, they may move just like those Stars did. And I would hate that. What you think, Jayisue? Hey, go ahead, Q.
Wow. You know what happened to the old stadium that they played in, Downing Stadium?
It is 1 point. Let me see. I think I sent it to you in one of those links. It's like about 3 miles from the current stadium.
Wow, the old stadium, and then keeping it all up, bro. I'm fascinated by history, man. For me, this is crazy because it's like you don't hear nobody talk about this shit, man.
Well, come on, man. There's not that many people that are. I was only 3, and I'll be 53 this year. So, most the guys are only talking about the NFL teams. This league only lasts a year and a half. So the reason why it was interesting to me because they were on that team players from South Carolina and North Carolina, which fascinated me because here we are. We had the opportunity to have homegrown talent to be able to play in front of us. And there was a guy from Charlotte there too. He was a cornerback. Let me pull him up here.
You know what else I was looking at? I heard that the Chicago Bears had a beef with the Charlotte Stars for taking their C logo and putting it on the helmet. They had a beef, which kind of led with a little bit the reason why they rebranded it and put the Hornet on the front.
See?
Wow. The more and more I read into this is crazy.
Yeah. It's interesting because and I didn't know none of this until we were speaking like 3 weeks ago, I think it was, and we were having a discussion about some facts. So I started looking up like football stats because that's what I like to do. And all of a sudden this pops up. I'm like, Charlotte Hornets, what is this? World Football League? Because I remember USFL. USFL, that was the thing in the 80s that I remember because that's where Herschel Walker went. That's where Steve Young went. You know, those guys went there. Warren Moon. They didn't go to NFL. They went there first. And they were paying them crazy money. And then they came to the NFL. The same thing with our guy. Who went to who's the only Hornet in the Hall of Fame right now?
You talking about our boy?
Yeah, Sam Mills. He came from the USFL.
That's your boy.
Your boy. Come on, it's out. Hey, he's the only Hornet in the Hall of Fame, so he's our boy.
Right for right now. But he gonna have some company in old JPP Peppers, Luke Kuechly, and Steve Smith. Them boys gonna join him sooner or later.
Pretty soon. Hey, all right, let's talk about the Hornets though, and their star cornerback. His name was Randy Rhino. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina. He went to Georgia Tech. He was 5'9", 185 pounds. He was a kick returner, punt returner, and he had 3 interceptions. Three interception and 1 return for a touchdown. 109 yards. Hey, he went from.
Sound like he might have been something special.
Hey, he went to the Canadian League and won a Canadian League World Championship too. And he was from Charlotte, North Carolina. So I just wanted to highlight that because a lot of times, you know, we keep looking at we look at Charlotte, not Charlotte, the Carolina Panthers, and we wonder where is our local talent, right? We got Icky now, that's great. Look at us, look at that Hornet. We got Icky now, that's great. But it's important that, you know, we get local talent and we highlight that local talent so that way we can showcase our community to the rest of the states. Because, you know, me personally, I believe the Carolinas produce the best football players and basketball players, athletes, maybe. What you think, Hugh?
That's facts. I mean, some of the best players come from over here, especially basketball. As of lately, you've been seeing like the Zions, and you've seen, I hate to say it, the dummy John Morants.
I was thinking the same thing.
Kevin Garnett. I mean, look, who was the other guy from Miami Heat that used to Jermaine O'Neal?
Yep,
like,
Jermaine O'Neal.
O'Neal has family over here in South Carolina. His grandfather. Like, it's
and of course,
so many well-rooted players over here.
You just named South Carolina. You didn't go to North Carolina. Jordan, Perkins, Worthy. Come on, Doc. They ain't, you know, that's it. Those are actually from North Carolina. So, and I went through that. You know, the Carolinas produce a lot of great athletes, and this is why we have to celebrate our past. Now, what you think we can learn from the past, Hugh, that so that we don't have to relive it?
Wow, you got to learn. One, you need to pay attention to how everything went, why it went that way, and from there, make sure you don't redo the same thing that they did years ago.
So what about the way fans be talking these days? I know we all got a voice. We all want to be on podcasts, and we all want to make our opinion known.
I'm back.
Yeah, there you go, Jayisue. Yeah, so we all want to make our opinion known. What you think, Hugh? You think we're making Go ahead.
When it comes to the way how they talk nowadays, people so reckless. I mean, but Wiley, I think it's because one, you got the common fan that just really liking the Panthers for like say they marry into it. Oh, we're a Panther family now. But you didn't really understand the roots or the history of the team, or you don't understand where the team come from. You just liking it because hey, this is my husband team. Or hey, this my wife is a diehard and I'm really not a football fan. I'm just here. You get a lot of casual fans coming over there that really has no alliance, no allegiance. They got nothing in the history background that they can tell you about the Panthers other than they like the black and the blue.
True. Yeah, that is a true statement. And that's why, like me, I'm a Panther fan from the beginning. And not all my family's like that, but I think we need to learn from the past, though. So that way we don't have to repeat the future. So, AJ issue.
What up?
So, what you think we can learn from the past so we don't have to repeat this in the future?
Hopefully, not just the coaches, but the fans will take time and look back and figure out how the team even developed and what we done dealt with to now. So I mean, hopefully the coaches could look back and know not just Sam Mills. It was before Sam Mills that they got to do their research because that's the only name that I see them mentioning when they bring up the past. But it's deeper than that. So it's good to a channel like Black Cat Panther Podcast to mention it and talk about it because it's a lot of casual fans.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did not know, and I'm looking this up, that we played the Houston Texans in this same league back in 1974.
Hey, we
Now,
finna play them again.
we both were expansion teams coming back in 95. Isn't that crazy?
Nope. Remember, an expansion team in 95 was Jacksonville.
Us in Jacksonville. I'm sorry.
Yeah, what happened was this. So how the Texans came back was the Houston Oilers moved and became the Tennessee Titans. And then later on, and guess who was the first coach of the Houston Texans?
Who was the first coach?
Darn
Capers? I thought so.
Wow.
I thought so. Boy, that man didn't know he old, boy.
Hey, see? Hey, see? Ain't that something?
Wow.
Hey, so that when we play Houston, he's coming home again, ain't he?
Yes, he is. Check this out, Wiley. So you talk about the team and their season. Look at the attendance numbers that they had at the first game against the Jacksonville Sharks. Not the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Jacksonville Sharks.
So look at that. We played
59,000.
Ain't that something?
Yeah. Look at the attendance and how much it fluctuated.
Your connection, Q.
Yeah. Hey, look at that, Jayisue. Look at that attendance, baby. You could tell the Carolinas were hungry for football. And we didn't get football again for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
God. That's crazy, ain't it?
I'm thinking it was like 1,002 people back in 74. No, we got 59,000.
Hey, man. Look at it like this. Go ahead.
That's crazy, bro.
So what you think, Jay? You think we can do the same up there in Bank of America? We can fill the stadium up. Now we got bright.
I mean, I don't see us getting to that point. I don't know what kind of player that we need to get our stadium like Seattle. So, I mean, I hope so. Oh man, but I don't see it no time soon. I don't think we have that that electric player right now. And unless he like shows out early in the season, he just like mind blown. Yeah, we finna get that.
But think about it like this: it in that inaugural season, 1974,
Hmm.
they didn't have that. What they had was excited fans that we had football. I think people forgot that we didn't get football to 1995. From 1974, 75 to 95, that's 20-year gap. And we've had it now since 95, and we have gotten lazy. We don't know it can be taken away.
That's crazy.
One thing I do want to take away from this schedule, I want that same score when we go see the Houston Texans on like they did in game week 7. I want that same score, 43-10.
Yeah. And think about it. It was it'd be nice too. And we're gonna play the Texans again, and also we're playing Jacksonville this year too. So look at that. That's crazy. Charlotte going back to play both of the teams that they came in. Excuse me, they were in the league together with in 1975, 1974, 75. This is definitely one of those things that I would have never known until 3 weeks ago. And this is one of those things I believe as fans we need to cherish, because if we look back to that video we had on earlier, the guy didn't want to come to Charlotte. He's from New York. But when he came, he found a welcoming spirit. Do we still have that same welcoming spirit? What you think, Poppin? We still welcome him to the south? To the south?
I mean, yeah, definitely. That's definitely what we got to do. Ain't no mistakes about it. Got to welcome
Hey,
them.
man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the stadium will fill up if we all change. That's why I think this is about. When I say we as fans, we realize we're not promised this team, so we need to be there. Even though the owner has been screwing up the last 3 years, we need to make a change ourselves. What you think there?
But can I push back on that a little bit?
Go
Ronald?
ahead. Go ahead.
If we're asking the fans to change as well and support the team, I think the owner needs to change as well. Because in order for you to get people in them butts in them seats,
Yep.
you can't be top 6, the most expensive team for tickets without no ring. Just saying.
That is a true. That is a true statement. I can't say nothing on that one, Papa. I can't say that. I was looking at the price of the tickets to fly over there, the hotel, right? And I was like, man, then I look at the price of it. I was like, okay, I'll wait till they come to Munich. Wait till they come to Munich. Oh, baby. That's bad.
Not even with it just being expensive. Like as an owner, if you pulling the trigger, at least cover your tracks. Don't put out no hype video, like before the season start. Like that's ignorancy.
And that's your owner.
And I don't even know if that's a word.
Yeah. Shout out to Jayisue for making that one up.
So the ignorancy.
The ignorancy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. No, but so I don't know, man. I believe that the Charlotte Hornets, Carolina Panthers kinship, that 20-year gap. What did we learn? And we got that team back that we can look at now and say, okay, we're not gonna do this again. What can we say?
I mean, with me, it's like I don't know if we like becoming a new team, because to get a new head coach and just give him the keys to your Ferrari right away without even knowing the man, it seems like we're a new team, a new like you will see a young team making mistakes like that. We're like 29. I mean, I'm the same age as the Panthers, but for us to be this old, it's like we making rookie mistakes without even noticing it, and even getting general managers not doing right for the team. So I don't know if we're figuring out our mistakes and fixing it. I feel like we're kind of we're in the ocean right now on the boat. Like we getting seasick right now.
Hey, I got some pushback on that one. Hey, even though we're a young team, but least we've been to the Super Bowl. We haven't won it.
True. Our second, so the first Super Bowl run, was it by luck or was it by roster? Because the second one I could say by luck because Cam had that roster. He done it by himself. So I don't know
It
why.
was we caught lightning in a bottle. It was Jake's first year. We had Rodney Peter as our quarterback. He got hurt. Jake came in. Jake had came from NFL Europe. We signed him for the Saints practice squad. He came in and led us to the Super Bowl. So we caught lightning in a bottle. And then the following year, that was the year after that, because the following year Steve got hurt. And then that's when Muhammad went off. Musa Muhammad went off. And then 2005, Muhammad signed with the Bears. And that's when we did the same mistake in 2006 that everybody want to do now, which is sign the receiver, D-Hop. And we signed Keyshawn Johnson then. When we signed Keyshawn, that was a horrible mistake. We got to learn from our past, guys. What's up, Key? What you say?
I'm going to be real with you, man. Y'all spitting nothing but facts. The one thing we haven't learned from the past is, and I told you guys this yesterday on the show, that has me frustrated. Like the Marty Herneys of the world, the bad GM and the bad contract. Financially, we not be in a position to be a better team than what we're supposed to be. That bothers me, man, because every chance you get, this franchise has always took a step back because of financially we were always restricted on stuff that we were supposed to be able. Like, prime example, you would notice that Green Bay is a team that's owned by the exact city. The city of Green Bay owns that actual team, but they're a small market. They're restricted on funds. But every year they had a quarterback contending. They had running backs. They had receivers, the Cobbs of the world, the Donald Drivers of the world. They defensively went out there and did what they needed to do. They put forth a great product for their people. For us, as a consumer, I can't say one year that we've had a overall, other than our Super Bowl years, which was 2003, 2015, we really haven't had fully complete teams that gave us consistent play year in, year out. Like we knew Green Bay every year was going to be going to the NFC Championship. That shit bothers me, Wiley.
You're right, Q. But think about it like this. Let's go back, right? So now we got to unearth all the bullshit so we can clean it out, right? We can clean that shit out. So here we go. So how do we start this thing going down wrong? Quarterback, Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins was our first quarterback. We drafted him. He made a Pro Bowl his second year. What happened?
We settled.
Drinking problems. And then not only drinking problems, racial stuff coming out of his mouth in the locker room. The next year, what happened? Ray LaCruz happened, right? Remember? Killed he killed his baby mama, right?
He was a good wide receiver that couldn't keep his head on.
Yep. What happened the next year? Fred Lane, wife killed him. Oh, see, this history is something, baby. Come on now. Hey, that's when we finally got those ashes moved out of the way. We got a new coach, right? That's when 2003 year happened. And then Muhammad, that had been on the team, he made a mistake. And he said in an interview with Steve, if he would have stayed, we'd have had an opportunity to win something. But he left. And then what happened? As soon as Peppers got the opportunity to make some money, he left. He did the exact same thing. So,
but why is that, though?
Well, at that time, it was Marty Herney.
Yeah. He didn't want to pay.
He made two mistakes. Excuse me. Marty Herney made a mistake with Peppers. I'm trying to remember who the GM was with Muhammad. But they shouldn't have did that. They should not have not given the man his money. You pay the guys when they deserve it, and you build it through the draft. Just like Goat always says, we build it through the draft. So now what we have to do is, based on the past, We have to now draw a line in the sand and say this. It is what it is, and we need to build from the draft from this point on. What you say, Jayisue? Am I there or am I cooking?
No, you cooking, but that's why I say like I can't figure out if we're figuring out our mistakes and fixing it. Because if we talking about like drafting and making sure our players are taken care of and making like letting them retire with us, I mean, I can't remember who retired with us that we drafted. Charles Johnson went elsewhere, didn't he?
No,
Charles Johnson retired.
He
He was
retired with
forced
us.
to retire. Yeah, he was forced to retire.
Okay,
He didn't retire gracefully. He didn't retire gracefully.
Okay, so with that, like I can't name a person that actually stuck with us throughout their career.
No, everybody. Nope, everybody left,
Greg.
brother.
Damn, Greg Olsen did leave. Yeah.
Everybody. Every single Panther. See, that's what I'm saying. We cannot expect to do what Green Bay's been doing, right? Create a history. Create something fans can rely on if we are unreliable in the front office.
We need something to believe in. I don't like it sounds like a bunch of staff that's making the players want to leave. It's either the general manager, it's either fighting or somebody having family issues that they take it overboard. It's tough. Like it be certain teams that retire, some certain players that retire with their teams, and it's like, damn, why we can't have that? So
we did have one. Well, we had a couple. We had Jordan Gross from the beginning to the end, right?
okay, a tackle.
Yeah, we had a tackle. I'm trying to think.
Travell Ward.
Yes, there you go. We're gonna have our long snapper that we currently have now.
He a guard.
Okay.
Well, our long snapper, what's his name?
JJ
Jansen.
Come on, Wally,
he
don't
will
do that.
retire.
That's a snapper. Don't do that.
I'm just telling you, this is where we at, Doc. We don't hold on or cherish our players.
It's
the truth. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, we as the fan base now, we have to go, okay, the past is what it is, right? You notice I named all those tragic things that happened. A lot of y'all guys didn't know those things happened. That's why the team didn't have momentum. Well, while a strong foundation was built, because time we started building something, we had to tear it down and rebuild, Now it's time to build something that lasts. And we have to build that through the draft, and we have to create excitement for the fan base, so that way our fan base grows. Because every time the fans get to know a player, they gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you say, Papa?
I totally agree. I really do. Everybody's making great points. But if they want this to sustain, they got to do right by not only the fans but the players as well.
Yeah, I trust me. I believe it. Go ahead, Jayisue.
I mean, that's as a fan, that's just been my issue throughout growing with the team. It's like the only person that got me to become a Panther fan was Steve Smith. And even at his time, it was Chris Gamble. I liked it, Chris Gamble.
Yep.
I liked it, D'Angelo Williams. Then John Stewart came along. John Beason was cool, but I can't remember if Chris Gamble retired a Panther or
nope.
He left. He didn't. He got injured and just never. He retired early.
Yep.
Oh man, he had a Luke situation. Well,
yeah.
The only one was Luke. The only one was
Chris Gamble retired at 28, 29, and I was like, damn, bro, why he retired so early? And I kept hoping he would come back. But take a look at this right here, Wiley. We talked about the 2003 team, and you heard Steve Smith and Musa Muhammad talk about every year Marty Herney would draft his replacement, right?
Uh-huh.
Look at all the goddamn waste of talent that Marty Herney, and I'm going to do a show specifically on this cat and his effect on the franchise. You go out, you get Kerry Colbert, Drew Carter, and these guys don't even touch the fucking field.
Yeah, but watch this. See, y'all didn't look at the Keyshawn Johnson thing until I brought it up. He did what the fan. Hey, he only had 1 year, but he did what the fans said. He said we need to get a proven receiver to go with Steve Smith. They did, and Keyshawn killed the whole locker room. After you watch it, have you ever seen Steve Smith not say anything about somebody?
You notice he ain't mentioned nothing but him.
Hey, in that interview with him and Moose, right? When they brought it up, he kind of left it alone. Steve always has an opinion about something, but he ain't had no opinion about him. Keyshawn was a mess. And that's what I'm saying is you don't want to bring D-Hop in this situation, this time of his career, to be the next Keyshawn.
Look at this right here, Wiley. This is the 2005 draft. Where really, I could tell you on this draft, we only hit on 2 players, Thomas Davis and Jeff Hangardner.
Yeah, and Thomas Davis had 3 years back-to-back knee surgery.
Yeah.
See?
It's like I'm going through the draft classes right now, and it's starting to piss me off with Marty Herney. Like,
but all that's gone now, and this is the good part. The good part is this: our current GM, right? He has that pedigree from Seattle. Seattle always found gems, right? So I'm banking on that. I'm banking on the fact that he doesn't have that pedigree from Herney, because Herney was horrible.
Now we had some good players.
Go ahead. Yeah, we had some good players. We never kept them though, and we missed something though. We said we didn't have a player to retire. We messed up. Luke went his whole career with the Panthers. It was short, but it was amazing. But he's one of the ones that actually went the whole time with the Panthers. You can't really name players that was drafted by the Panthers and retired a Panther, but a few. Hey, Jayisue.
What up?
So tell me, which player you think of these guys are going to retire Panther?
In Scott Fitterer era?
Yeah, and who's on the current roster? They're going to be a Panther. They've been drafted by a Panther, drafted by us, and they're going to retire a Panther.
I would say I got to look back at the O-line. So Icky, I would say Icky, because Moulton, he kind of on the limb of being traded because of his health with his knees and him declining. Well, I got to see him this year. I can't just automatically say he's declining. He got to have multiple years with bad play for me to just come out there and say he's declining. He slipped up last year, but I don't know if it was jealousy of Icky getting drafted. Well, I don't know. So for me, I got to see more of Moan. I got to see him this season, but to retire with us, I got to go with Icky.
You go with Icky? I think I'm going with Shaq.
Ew. I can't believe you, Wiley. You gonna start that today? Wiley with his bullshit today.
Hey man, I was just wondering. Shaq is the guy. Shaq is the guy for us now. So what you say that popping?
It's possible.
Retire Panthers.
I would say Taylor Moton.
Yeah, Taylor got a pretty good chance.
Yeah,
what you say?
Taylor Moton has a chance to be one of those guys that finish off here, but I really think I'm gonna be real with you. With the way how these boys going, the future is hard to determine, bro. It's hard for me to say because Taylor Moton could get, at the end of this year, could get the chop or next year and go somewhere else. So it's kind of hard to, say anybody on this roster right now because nobody to me is like surefire.
That's why I didn't pick him. We could be looking at picks for him.
Yeah, well, that's why we're looking at Icky, huh?
Yes, sir.
Homegrown young man. Hey, what about let me see here. Q's favorite target.
But Taylor Bowen is homegrown too. I mean, his family from Gastonia and
Oh
that part.
wow.
So yeah,
Oh, I
so
didn't
that's
know
why I'm
that.
thinking. And then because of his health, depending on how long he held up, I mean, he might go from a starter to a backup, but I really don't think he would want to go anywhere else.
Yeah, he's from here. I see. What about let's see here.
Yeah, Thomas.
How'd you read my mind?
Hey, once you
You
said
read
Q
my
boy, I knew who you was talking about. Oh
What you
man,
say,
Wally, I'm
Q?
about to
What you
put you on
say?
timeout. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not
Hey,
fucking with
what you
Ian
say, Q?
Thomas. I'm not fucking with Ian Thomas. You know? I'm not gonna let you to get my blood pressure up to date. No, sir. Not fucking with him.
Oh man.
Sure, he'll be here for his whole career on his dirt bike.
No.
Sure.
Or
Hey, what
sneaking
you
back
say,
on the
Poppy?
field with his dirt bike.
Oh man, it gotta be somebody. Cause the reason why I say it because
YGM, he gonna retire.
yeah, he gonna be he gonna you're right. He gonna be a Panther for life. Only team he played for.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
That does make sense. But what about let's see, last one here, and then we'll get what about oh man, this is hard because a lot of these guys we think of 1 year loaners here. Let's go to the defense side. Brian Burns. What about Brian? He can last.
I mean, depending on his contract and how much he's asking for, the next go around finna go up. So if he's a team player and he take if he work with the team, then I could say he could retire with the team. Yeah.
Derek Brown?
No.
No?
I think
I
he's
got no.
team friendly.
I don't think so. I think Derek Brown got an extension here with us, and after that, I doubt they'll re-sign him. After that, it'll be just like KK Short. They gave him his extension. They give him his money, $80 million, and after that, KK Short found his way right out of the league.
Yeah, but there's a Panther that
Injury
made one
got him
play
though, didn't
only
it?
with us. Who got him?
Injury got KK, didn't it?
Yeah, but he came
Yeah.
back from the injury, and he was fully healthy. I don't know what happened when Matt Rule came in. They ushered that
That was
nigga
it.
out the door.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know
did.
what happened.
That's true. What about J.C. Horn? Panther for life?
No.
Hey, we all got a player that we love. Don't talk about JC while I'm on this live now.
I love JC Horn, but I don't think because first of all, he has injury issues is why I don't think he'll be here long term. Beyond that, the boy is like a lockdown on the corner position. As a matter of fact, I got it right here. They did a top 10 in the NFC South.
Oh, yep, I seen
in
that.
the NFC. And they got him listed in at number 6 in the top 10 cornerbacks in the entire NFL in the NFC.
Yeah. That boy the truth, man.
Now look at who they got ahead of him. They got Darius Slade, number 1 with the Eagles. Jair Alexander with Green Bay. Stephon Gilmore, aging Stephon Gilmore with the Cowboys. Marshawn Lattimore with the Saints. Trayvon Diggs. I think that's interchangeable between 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can jump them.
I think he definitely could jump them boys.
He just need to be playing. That's all.
But they do got him better than James Bradbury, AJ Terrell, Ward with San Fran, Dean with Tampa Bay. They had him ahead of them. So I think we got something here.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Then I know the one that's going to retire with us. Dante Jackson. Panther for life. Come on now. We got to get a Panther for life, baby. Come on now.
Wally, I almost cussed so much just now.
I saw that face.
Q, I'm thinking about putting this man on timeout. I don't know.
Hey,
All right.
he made me so stressed out just now. I ain't gonna lie, my eye just started jumping. I said, "Oh my god!"
Oh damn, that's
Hey, man.
bad.
Yeah, man, he stressed me out just now.
Okay, Jeremy Kidd, Panther for life.
Now these guys we have to draft. Are you saying the guys that we drafted?
These are the guys we drafted. I'm not going in
Okay.
with the guys that, the
Okay.
guys
Okay.
that these are the guys that we drafted, and I'm saying would it be a Panther for life? The reason why I'm saying it is this:
Then I'm gonna say
as
Shaq Thompson for sure.
Shaq, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Shaq Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, he kissed enough ass to stay here.
Right.
So Chin, no, maybe.
No,
No.
I don't think so because they can't even figure out where to put this nigga on the field. At.
Yep.
So
Okay, all right. So there's only one left. Well, there's a couple left, but I would say here you go, Q. Sam Franklin, Panther for life.
Nah. If he don't get it together in these next 2 years, he gonna be without a job.
Wiley, I didn't tell you about all these.
I like
damn
Sam Franklin.
Hey,
At what position though, Popper?
Special teams.
Yeah, special
Okay.
teams.
Okay, yeah, he is nice on special. Yeah.
He's a gunner. That's what I'm saying. If he played that position and charges little to no money, hey, Panther for life.
I also like him in red zone defense.
Okay, he's 6'3".
Yeah, he'll thump you in that red zone.
Bro, he always played great in red zone, bro. Always. He never fucks up.
You know what I'm saying? He's 6'3". He's not a little guy, so there we go. So the reason why I was going through this is this: we looked at the past, and we said we need to learn from the past. And I think one of the biggest things to learn from the past is we get some of these guys to be Panthers for life, and also in getting those guys to be Panthers for life, it will allow us to have our kids, grandkids, to latch on the team to players that say, just like Pittsburgh, hey, this is a Panther. And they will be pointing to a player, not just the team, which will change the culture and fill up the stadium. What y'all think about that?
Oh, no, I agree. I agree with that.
What was the question, Wally?
So, learning from our past, right?
Yeah.
Which is now we get some of these guys to be Panthers for life, which will allow us to say to our kids, to our nephews, nieces, or anybody else, go, hey, this is a Panther, and we're pointing to the player and not just the logo, right?
Right.
And which will allow that fan the endearment to the team to be better because I think Panthers, right? I don't have that same endearment to a Panther player other than Steve, the five we all name.
Right.
But if I go Pittsburgh, when I was a Pittsburgh fan, I can name you 25. From when I was a Pittsburgh fan from 95 back to 75. You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So we need that same kind of thing because that brings fans in the stadium and keeps fans in the stadium. If we constantly change players, you can't buy a jersey and keep a jersey, right? There's no culture that we're building. What you say, Poppin? I know you like that culture building.
Yeah, I mean that's really how you have to do it. You have to, what I'm saying, get behind your team, and then the reason why these teams do have culture because the fans have brought their family and indoctrinating them into, hey, this is our family team for generations, and that's a true fan right there. When you bring your daughter or your son or your nephew or your nieces, and you make it a family event. You're like, hey, this is what we do on Sundays. We watch the Panthers. I love stuff like that. That's beautiful, bro. When I see that, I mean, I wouldn't want it any other way.
And we have to change what we've been doing in the past, though. We have to get these players to sign with us and have a few Panthers for life so that way we can continue this legacy, or at least start one. What are we gonna do?
I 100% agree. It's just like I said earlier, it depends on staff as well. If you have it out with a staff member, like what Robbie did last year, he did that out of spite to just get off the team. But if you doing this in public while the game is live, you have mental issues. So
Yeah,
yeah, they gotta get along with the staff, and the staff gotta appreciate their job, not just come here for a check. Like, is you doing it for a check, or you doing it for a Lombardi? So it all depends. It's a lot of stuff that got to get in line instead of people just coming to Carolina for a check.
that's true. But I'm gonna put something on us. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do to help fix the culture? Poppin', what you gonna do, player?
I mean, it's kind of hard to convince anybody to come over to your side, especially when you don't have a ring. But I mean, as far as like people that's around me or in my circle, you know, what I'm saying I would just try to keep my influence on why I love my team and why you know I feel like hey, you should support them too, especially if you're from North Carolina. And you got to understand that's a privilege to have an NFL team. That's a privilege. That's not nothing that's guaranteed to you. You know, look at Alabama. They don't have no football team. There's so many other states that don't have a team, and that's why I take pride in it because it's a privilege to have one. You know what I'm saying? And if you from South Carolina, you should be supporting your home team. We are blessed to have that. You know what I'm saying? There's so many other major cities that don't have one. You know,
Hey,
so
look
I
at the
don't
theme
get.
of the day. Look at the theme of the day. The last time we had a team, it took us 20 years to get a team again. We got a team now. We fat and happy, and we all think it can never be taken away. But that's not true. That is not true. So, what you say, Q? What can you do?
Ah, man. Well, I can level my expectations for these guys because if I'm saying that I want the coaching staff to change and I want stuff to be different, I gotta be able to understand what direction they're coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and in doing so, if they decide like how this per year, they change the philosophy, they change a lot of different things. I'm trying to get on board with this 3-4 to Evero that's saying that he's going to build and implement for the Panthers, and I'm looking at the roster and I'm still saying, hey, we got a couple holes that's missing, and me and you even argue about this all the time. Whether
Mm-hmm.
it's like how you say, as long as you got the D tackle and the free safety, you good. And I'm saying we need that linebacker, bro.
Hey,
Um,
that'd be gravy. That's gravy, baby.
yeah, yeah. I keep saying it to myself. I'm trying to get these boys the benefit of the doubt, but the more I see everyone come up to that podium, I get angry. I get frustrated because it just don't seem like they taking it into full. You know, uh,
You're
they're
anxious.
not. I'm anxious because I need a cornerback, I need a linebacker, and I also need another edge rusher. And it just don't seem like he's taking it seriously as I want him to take it. You get what
No,
I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. That, and you know what though? I believe this year is going to give us the opportunity to not be so anxious. I'm anxious too. What you say, Jayisue? What can you do?
To help the organization.
Yeah, what we gonna do?
It was the way he said
Oh
it.
man.
What we gonna do?
uh,
Hey, remember, this is our team, right? What are
right.
we gonna do? Because at the end of the day, we got a podcast here, right? We're
Yeah.
influencers, right?
Yeah.
What we do, people follow. So what we gonna do?
Um.
Because if we can start a trend that could help the organization realize, hey, there's certain things these guys that we need to do to uh, ensure that the stadium is full. We can
So
do that. Go
yeah,
ahead.
my thing though with helping the team is we got to stop listening to voices of who to pick because I like this person. Are they game changers? Or we just picking? Or we just drafting them because such and such? said. So I'm not. I mean, I'm not mentioning names, but if you never played in the NFL, you should have no say so because you like somebody. I mean, what have the person that you drafted done lately? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's yeah.
Coming out the backfield, dropping footballs. Can't even you ain't got no your first read is
Golly.
off and you still trying to run through it. So we gotta stop doing that. Like if
I
we're
got you.
drafting, stop doing that. And then free agency wise, we gotta get somebody that's finna make a difference. Like I can't remember his name, but he was a D tackle that we picked up from the Buccaneers. And he came here and he just took an easy paycheck.
Jerry McCoy.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
So stuff like that is just it's it's not right to the fans. It's not right to the team because it's like
Well,
y'all picking up people to come here to just chill. Nobody is taking Carolina. Period.
hold on, Jay. Hold on now.
What up?
I'm not gonna let you dig a trench for Jerry McCoy.
Hey,
When
what
he came here, we had Dumbass as the coach. We had Dumbass in his first year. Jerry McCoy came in and tried to do everything that he could on this defensive line to really help, and ended up getting cut in the middle of the fucking season.
No, I
He
thought he
went
got
to the
injured.
Cowboys. No,
got
he got cut. He went to the
got cut.
Cowboys. He went to the
He
Cowboys.
got cut in the middle of the season and ended up signing on with the Cowboys because the shit just didn't work out with Carolina and Dumbass.
But when McCoy like 42?
No, he was 33, 34.
Oh, that's
Yes.
he at the back end of his retirement, man.
Look at Calais Campbell. Calais Campbell on death row right now.
Yeah, he is.
He
way older
found
than
an
him.
extra lung. He got more lungs than anybody else.
Calais Campbell, he 37.
Yeah, and think about it like this, Jayisue. At that time on Tampa Bay, McCoy was dominating just a year prior. They said they was moving on because they drafted his replacement.
Yeah, but he was at the back end of his career though. Who else that we drafted? He was a DN. He came from the Vikings. Was it Jared Allen?
Yeah,
we had Jared Allen. He gave us 10 sacks.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, it sounds cool, but he's older. Like, why is we grabbing older players at the back end of their careers? And
come and give veteran leadership in the areas that they needed the most. See, I don't think you understand the Jayisue. If you got a young players in these positions, you need an old veteran to teach them stuff.
I get it, but is they lasting 3 to 4 years with us?
No,
some of them did.
Signing them for like a 1 year, 2 year.
That's all I'm trying to get across. If they not staying 3 to 4 years, it don't make sense to me as a fan.
I got you. Now I hear what you're saying. You can't build culture that way.
They in a mentorship role, Jay. You got to understand, a mentorship role is not forever. It's only for the moment till you spread your wings out and fly.
No, you're right. You're right. That's why Mario Addison left right after Jared. But I get you.
No, Mario Addison left to chase that bag because we wouldn't go pay.
He wanted that. He wanted that money. He wanted that money, which was good for him.
Okay, so Marquise Haynes, was he there as well? He had to be.
He right here. He's still here.
He's right here now.
What have you been doing?
Not a damn thing because he ain't good enough. He's a second stringer. He
Okay,
will never develop. So let me tell you something about him. There's some guys on this team that are capped out on how far they can go. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people are meant to be on special teams for life. Some people are meant to be second string for life. Some people are meant to be starters. Some people are meant to be Hall of Famers. And Marquise Haynes is a backup perennially. That's what he's there for every year. Because until he elevates his game, he will be in the same crab situation where he is at.
Situational pass rusher. Situational pass rusher, yeah.
You better tell him, Wiley.
But you know what, though? We need those guys. I'll take a situational pass rusher as long as he comes in and does his job when he needs to do it. The starter needs a breather. But that builds culture, though. Because if you look at other teams, they have guys that are backups forever. And sometimes they start switch out, but the backups are there for a long time, which is good. Because now teams and fans can go, I can see the culture being built. Remember, look at Miami. They're right now in the NBA Finals. haven't played in about 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Still on the team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Culture, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man. We got to figure out how we can build some sustainable culture here in the Carolinas, so that way we build our fan base, so we don't lose our team. That's my fear. What you say, Poppin? Am I out there? Am I out there flapping, Doc? What's up? I guess I put the Poppin to sleep.
No, everything you saying is solid for sure. You know what I'm saying. I'm in there with y'all. You know what I mean. Gotta have some type of stability in this building. Because I mean, you just gonna get washed. You know what I mean? And like, get forgot about. But I mean, I think that we are in good hands. We got to play our players for sure because that solidifies other players that want to come that they're looking for a home. Hey, they play their players. I want to go play with them. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, it is about the money. It is about the money. And if you got a situation where people can't get a championship and can't get paid, they ain't coming.
That's true. But so tell me this, Poppin.
Yes,
if
sir.
we go back and what are we learning from this today? I'm thinking this, that it took us 20 years to get a team again. Now we got a team and we've been to the Super Bowl twice. We haven't won yet. We got a young team. Is this fan base ready to have a solid 7-8 year run? And after that run, are we going to have a culture built here finally?
I think so. I mean, I think we already have a small culture here. It's just been tampered with because of management. You really have. I'm seeing new young kids. 8, 7, 9 years old. They love the Panthers, man. When they mess up, when management messes up, the players that you have on your team that they should keep, messing up the money. These kids. Who they coming to the stadium to come see? They come to see the
Right.
star.
Yep.
So whether people like, for instance, Brian Burns, for example, until we got Bryce Young, we didn't have a face of the organization because they got rid of Christian McCaffrey.
True.
So now you got your new quarterback. The kids are gonna love him. Like, ooh, praise! You gonna see him going crazy. You gotta play your people, man. You gotta go out here and get real talent. And stop lying to themselves or to us. That's just it, man. Do right. You do right, everything else will work out, man.
So think about it like this: 2011, we drafted Cam, right? This is UQ. 2011, we drafted Cam.
Mm-hmm.
We had somewhat of a culture, right? Almost the same building blocks, right?
Yeah.
But we made mishap after mishap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we've learned from that?
No, because we're still doing the same stupid shit. I mean, come on, Wiley.
Go ahead.
Number one overall, we take Cam Newton. And outside of that same class with Cam Newton, you can't name me one person that was in that draft class with Cam Newton.
No.
I'll wait. Nobody can name them. Because it's I got it on the screen. I got it right here on the screen. I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah.
This is so frustrating. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting sick of this, man. That's why I say I'm over here getting together the Marty Herney show where I'm gonna bury this cat, man. I'm so sick of this cat. But take a look at this right here. Cam Newton's draft class, which we deem one of the best, picks we had in a while. 2011, Cam Newton, Terrell McCain. Terrell McCain was a D tackle. Simone Ford. All these boys were hogwash. Brandon Hogan, the cornerback, he had an injury, never made the field. Polares, he played a year and then he fizzled out. Look,
Yeah, you're right.
switch
I
around.
remember him.
Lawrence Wilson. Who the fuck is Lawrence Wilson?
Golly.
Lee Zimba. I remember him to tackle, and he never got onto the field. He ended up hitting practice squad back in the day. This is 2011 now. What year we in right now? 23, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this right here. 2012. Luke Kuechly and Josh Norman are the only two guys out of the next draft class to hit. Out of how many picks? Damn near 7 picks. We doing the same stupid shit we doing now.
Frank Alexander was he was okay.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it now. Don't do it. God damn it. Don't do it.
Hey man, I'll keep hope alive. Jesus.
This class right here in 2013 was really the only class that had a couple of guys like Starr, Kawan. Those were a 1-2 punch. Then you had AJ Klein was a good backup guy for years.
He's still in the league.
Yeah, I like AJ Klein. And
the running back is still in the league too.
Who, Kenyon Barner?
Yeah, it was on the team last year.
Anyway, 2015, 2014. This class right here may be easily the worst class we ever had drafted.
Because Jesus.
Trey Turner is the only one, and Coney Ely might be a hard number 2, but he had a couple of years.
We had Trey Boston.
Trey Boston played 3-4 years with us, and then he started reporting.
No, he played from 2014 to 17. Looked like 16.
What did you say? Okay. 3-4 years, and then he started reporting.
Oh, Jesus.
But Nate Wickery had Julio get 300 yards on his ass.
You ain't lied on that one. You ain't bring that up, man. You trying to hurt a brother. That's
Tyler Gaffney, who the fuck is that?
I don't even think he got on the field.
Let's go to 2015. Oh, my God. Shaq Thompson is the best one out of this draft class because Funches wasn't worth a fuck. Cameron Otis-Payne had plays every now and then.
There your boy, though. Darrell Williams.
Who? Who?
Darrell Williams, man.
Who?
Okay, all right.
2016. Let's start off with the number 1 overall pick for us.
Oh, man. That was
Vernon
horrible.
goddamn Butler.
Retired a Panther. Mm-hmm. Facts.
Oh, it's really good. It's really good.
Look at this shit right here. Look at this shit right here. We got 3 cornerbacks back to back. Sanchez, Worthy, and Bradbury to pick up for Josh Norman, not paying him that year. You remember that?
Yeah.
Now, you talking about franchises that's doing stupid shit.
Then we let Bradbury walk.
Yeah.
I was just finna say that. Like, if you look at the years before Bradbury got there, who was there collecting checks to where we couldn't pay that man? That's what I'm confused about.
Look at this shit right here. Come on down, 2017. You just traded away the number 1 nigga on this on number 8.
We let
Curtis
the second
Samuel
guy walk. Let him walk.
Taylor Moulton, he bought out the damn door himself.
That was a good draft class.
Corn Elder on the practice squad.
No, he ain't on our practice squad.
He was last year.
Yeah, we brought him back, but we should have never did that.
Alex Armana, he was supposed to be our fullback, but we got Giovanni Ricci. I don't know what the fuck happened to Alex.
Me neither.
He went to New Orleans. I don't know after that.
Look at this, Wiley. 2018, your next number 1 overall pick, you traded him. That's 2 years in a row.
No. Watch this. Look at the kicker. The kicker number.
Butker.
Where is he at?
He's with the Chiefs. He made the Pro Bowl.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, he made the Pro Bowl year after year.
This shit is frustrating, bro. This shit is frustrating, bro. It's like you look at this year after year. We have been drafting guys and trading them away or giving them away. Look, Deontay Jackson is the only one out of that draft class still on the team. Oh, my bad, Ian Thomas and Marquise Haynes. But they notable backups.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They're not none of them impact players. The man Carter, you let him walk. I mean, Brian Burns is hopefully his class will get paid because he's the only one out of his class still on the damn team. Greg Little gone, Will Greer gone, Scarlett gone, Dennis Daly a sack of shit. They all gone. 2020, 3 years ago. 3. Derek Brown and Gross Matos is the only 2 niggas on the team from that fucking roster.
Jeremy Chin.
Jeremy Chin and Kenny
Roy.
Robinson.
And Oliver.
Roy on the damn practice squad.
They still on the team, though.
Oliver,
man. Ain't none of the boys ain't making no noise. Come on, man.
Hey, Oliver, though, was
who the fuck is that? He's
our gunner. He's special teams.
That man can go. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Him and they had us in the top 3.
Him and Sam Franklin
coverage. Yeah, that's what I'm trying. See, what you don't remember is what was it? 2000? I think it was Ron Rivera's last year. Dude, you see how slow our damn practice? I mean, our coverage team was. People are running shit back on us. So we got these guys now, and they're shutting shit down. You don't realize how important that is because you don't want to go back to that year. That year was horrible.
Wiley, if I got to show this to everybody every show, I just list you five, six draft classes with motherfuckers is just you done trade at least 2 of your top picks in the last 3-4 drafts.
That's true.
So you talk about history and learning from your past. Look what the fuck we just did.
Yep. Well, we gotta take this with a grain of salt, bro. We gotta start from here.
Oh yeah? Look at 2022. Matt Corral. Ike McConnell was the only nigga on this whole list that worth a fuck.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, Wiley. Let it go.
So, hold on. So you tell me you know Barno and Smith are garbage. You know that?
Yeah, I know that.
Crack is illegal, man. Stay off that stuff. Stay off that stuff, man. Hey, Q, I got something for you, brother. Come on now. You don't need to do that.
Stop that shit, Wiley. Stop that shit, Wiley.
Right. Okay, I guess we can look at 2023. I guess we can go through here and already say who's trash.
We just got them, Wiley.
I wonder why you said that, DJ.
We just got them, Wiley.
Okay.
The jury's still out on them.
Okay, all right. They ain't played the season yet. Okay, so here we go. Hey, we got what we got, man. So, question again is, what we gonna do? Forget them. What we gonna do as fans? What are we gonna do? We can't cry about it. We already did that.
I tried.
We already frustrated. What we gonna do?
Wiley, I'm stressed. This team has stressed me out. The last 2 years, I have gotten gray hair from these niggas, man.
Damn.
Look, the reason why I usually have a cap on because I got gray hair at the top of my fucking head at the age of 32. Gray fucking hair.
Yeah.
From Matt, dumbass Rule. Marty, dumbass Herney.
Yeah, this is horrible. This is horrible, Doc. I didn't realize it was that bad until you showed me this. Golly, man.
I keep trying to tell y'all niggas is this bad, bro. History keeps repeating itself.
Hey. So, this is crazy, man. So tell me this. So I'm looking at who we had for GMs, and I was trying to see if all that shit was Herney. It looks like, damn, Herney, boy, you, damn. I was trying to give him a break, but this is horrible. Oh, man. Yeah, Herney was our,
I'll wait. I'll wait to hear something positive about this nigga. I'll wait.
We can't. There's nothing positive.
You know what somebody said the other day? They said, Q, you shouldn't act like that with Herney because he drafted Luke Kuechly. And I said, I just went through how many drafts where this nigga missed on. You could say he missed on 100 and got 4 right, maybe 5.
Okay. Watch this. Who was our first general manager? Who do you think it was?
Your boy, we just called his name the other day. Who Steve Smith was talking about give him a chance.
Who? Oh, it was Bill Polian. He was our GM from 95 to 97, right? Think about that. Who did Bill Polian draft? Let's go to the Indiana. The Colts. When he left us, right? The next year, he drafted Peyton Manning, Marshall Faulk, Edwin James. Look at the people he drafted. He was our first GM, and for that point on,
I thought Mike was Mike.
No,
McCormick.
It was Bill Polian. Look it up.
Oh,
it's
wow.
on the internet, brother.
No, I'm looking it up. It says Mike above him, but
no, it was Bill Polian, 95, 97, and then we didn't have a GM, and the GM was the head coach, was Don, and then the next head coach took over GM duties as head coach, and then we had Marty, and then we went to Gettleman, and then we're back to Marty, and now we're with Fitterer. I'm just saying, from the beginning, we had an excellent one. We let him go, and the reason we let him go was he wanted to have some kind of autonomy, but Mr. Richardson wanted to have it his way. He built an outstanding team from the beginning. We had a winner from the beginning, and the reason why he left, they tore that team down because we had older players, but he was trying to win then. So, well, we got what we got. So what we gonna do? We got to flush this down, take a good shot, and got to build this foundation because we got to redo the whole thing, man. Anybody a builder?
Yeah. What's the name that can't be named?
Somebody got to be a builder because we need somebody to tell us how to put this thing together because this is horrible, Doc. Today has been a blast from the past, and we have brought up the PTSD from Q.
I look stressed, don't I?
Yes, you do. You look very stressed.
This shit is fucking stressed me so bad.
Yeah. I'm just saying. I keep asking that question for a reason because I love these podcasts. I love these debates we have. But I believe that we have an opportunity to help change this situation. And I don't think it's all just getting on the podcast and complaining, if that makes sense, or expressing our thoughts.
I don't know. It feels so good, Wiley. It feels so good to get on here and stress. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm just saying, even when you go to see the therapist, right? You got to make a plan of action. It ain't just going there talking. What's our plan of action? What's your plan of action, Poppin?
My plan of action?
Yeah. You got to have one, man.
All right, give me an example.
What I'm saying is this. Who are you going to bring forward and say, okay, yes, this happened in the past. However, today, this year, we're going to start bringing fans along with us. We're going to start bringing some people forward so they can see, hey, Panthers have turned the page, and now this is the Panthers, and we're gonna have a bright new future. How are we gonna do that? Because obviously we got to do it. It ain't gonna be the team. I'm gonna bring my daughter to the game. That's what I'm gonna do. She never been to a football game. I'm gonna bring my daughter to the game in Munich. That way, I've I've given her an opportunity to be a fan. I teach her everything before we get there, and I bring it to the game. What y'all gonna do?
Yeah, I'm with the same stuff. I think anybody with family, um, whether they're the caretakers or whoever they may be, can definitely try to bring that culture over into their lives as well. And I said that earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe that's one way of doing it. Being more active with it. You know what I mean? Hey, because I mean they do stuff for the kids. You know what I mean? You can get your kids involved early. Now through the season, it's hard because they're on the move. But like when you get a chance, if your son old enough or your daughter old enough to sit in a chair and be cool, shoot, you can get you a lunchbox or a cooler and sit out there and practice underneath the umbrella. You know what I mean, and all kind of stuff. So there's certain ways you can go about doing it.
What about you, Jayisue?
Um, like I said earlier, if you the shooter, cover your footprints. That means the owner, and the general manager should have say so on roster, but the owner, he can't put a hype video out there that you want a certain person, and you can't let your wife select players. So, and they haven't pinned out. One of them haven't pinned out. So, if you're gonna pick somebody, get a game changer and and have them show what they can do on field, and not just pick them because you like them. That'll change the fandom.
Okay. All right, Q. Give me that thing. I know you want to let it out now, man. You've been on the couch. Let's see what you got. What's your plan of action?
Well, as consumers, my plan of action is doing what I've already been doing, giving them the benefit of the doubt. And the fact that they keep taking that and burning my black ass with it, it's okay. I've understand that the Panthers are here to torture me now. It's okay. I watch other franchises be competent week in, week out, and they go and win championships. And in my lifetime, I'll probably die and not have a chance to see a Lombardi trophy come down Charlotte. It's okay. It's all right.
I don't think that's gonna happen, Q. I think it's gonna happen in my lifetime. I'm older than you, so
Wiley,
we're gonna have a Lombardi.
Wiley, you got 401k?
Of course I do. You're a mess. Oh, baby.
You better have that bit ready out there, because I'm trying to tell you. The way how shit going on over here, this team can't seem to get it together.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. This is the best situation we've been in our franchise history. It looks great. And perspective, as we've been looking today, we looked through all our history. We looked at all the dirty laundry. We looked at all the messed up draft picks. We looked at the things that made us look bad in national news, from Ray LaCruz to Fred Lang's death to, those things were horrible, dude. To when our first quarterback that was drafted that was accused of saying racial stuff to a room full of black people in the South, we have had a troubled past, but I think we have a bright future. And then if you don't feel that way, I don't know what to say. I don't know.
Well, Wiley, I continue to come to you from Tepper's living room, hoping that some way, somehow, some of this will reach you. Because I sit back on the couch sometimes when I get a chance over there on that same couch that you see behind me, and I just listen to classical piano sounds just play, and I let them play, and I just let a single tear shed down my eye. Shut out my eye, man. It's so tragic to be going through the stress that we're going through.
That is true. That is true.
No,
but
buddy, no.
Let's give a little hope. So this year, we are from yesterday's show. I believe the record we said was, at least my record was 10-7. And if we're going to learn from the past, that means we cannot repeat the things we did in the past. So I believe this draft that we just had, we're going to have more people hit on this draft than in the past. That means we got to have at least 3 players of the 5 hit. So that way we can change this culture. That's 1. 2, that means who of these people we think going to hit their we got 5 draft picks. Bryce Young, Mingo, DJ, we got Chandler, we got Jamie Robinson. Do we feel all 5 of those draft picks are going to hit, or we think which 3 we think are going to hit?
One of them is out. I don't think Johnson will, but that's just me.
I think they all got to hit. We ain't got no excuse. I think we all got to hit. If they went about the draft the way they did, then they should have walked away 100% sure about their picks. So all of them got to hit. No excuses.
Okay. So if we feel, let's go back 1 year. Let's go back 1 year. And you know what? I'm just looking at the year before, Icky's draft. I don't think just me. When we made that draft, I didn't feel like that, in that draft that we had a whole bunch of starters. However, in the draft we just had, I believe we have 3 starters out of the 5. What say you, Jayisue?
What was the question again?
I said out of the starters, look at the starters we got now, right?
Mm-hmm.
From 2020. Excuse me, the draft from 2022. And then look at 2021. When I looked at 2021 draft, I only felt like Icky was the only person that was in there that was a true starter. So looking at 22, I believe that we have at least 3 out of the 5 that are starters in this league. Am I wrong?
22 or 23?
23, excuse me. 23 and 22. Icky's class was 22, and then 23 is the latest, excuse me.
Yeah, Icky was the only one that screamed out to me as a starter.
But I believe this class, 2023,
all
we
of them
have
do,
some
really?
starters.
Yeah,
Feel
all
like
of
it.
them.
I don't. Are we too optimistic here?
No.
Where's Poppin at? Poppin gotta have that. He gotta have a little ass pistol somewhere.
Yeah, right now it's in the shop.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm just saying.
It'll be here for the season. Don't you worry. That thing gonna pop for sure.
I'm just saying. What'd you say, Papa? You think we got 3 out of the 5 of these guys are starters? And if so, I believe that we have changed from the past.
It depends on how soon they're gonna start. Because Jamie Robinson's not gonna start right away. I don't think, because we have
a lot of
we have a lot of safeties. We have a lot of good safeties.
Yeah.
So he's not going. He's got a battle with, but at least with him, he has some reassuring guys he can go to and talk to, because he's in a good spot as far as learning. BJ Johnson, I know he's raw. He has a few people he's gonna have to beat out. Whether we like it or not, it will be a YGM. Even though they said YGM is going to outside linebacker, I don't believe that's true. He's not an outside linebacker. But is he going to be a starter? Maybe not this year, but I think he will get a lot of reps. So potentially maybe next year, but he's got to have to do something to stream. You know what I'm saying? Really to show out. Cause welcome to the big boy leagues. Bryce, he's a starter. I mean, that's just what it is. You got drafted number 1. You got to go out here and show why you were drafted number 1. He has no excuse. He has time. He does have time
Mm-hmm.
because he's the darling, but he's got to win games.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to win games. So, and then you got Zavala. Zavala, I believe, is a starter.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's automatically a starter. Will they give it to him? Maybe not, because they probably don't want to mess up the nucleus. But because of people being hurt, they might make some adjustments to put him in there. And then not only
Mm-hmm.
that, him having ties in with Icky, he's gonna come right in and be able to adjust because he already has his best friend in there. So like we said, I mean, there's only two that I see that won't be a starter right away, and that's Jamie Robinson and BJ. The other three, Mingo starter, I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he is. Zavala starter, Bryce starter.
Yep.
Uh, so yeah,
So saying that, so think about it. And Q went through all those drafts. Did you feel that way during those drafts?
no, I felt like we got depth, and then we went and got one player who was an automatic starter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like,
So,
okay, this guy's gonna come in here and make a hell of a difference. I just felt like they were depth pieces.
so that is a culture change, is it not?
It's got to be.
And that's what I'm saying. We don't see it right now, because they haven't played yet. But I believe this is definitely an opportunity for a culture change. And with this culture change, we, the fans, can do the same. We can actually go out and participate, especially when they have games, and we can change the culture in the stadium. Fill it up with Panther fans, and let these young guys know there's an opportunity for them to build a legacy here. What you say, Jay Issue?
No, I agree. I get what you're saying. You marking down like the issues that we had in the past. So there's probably one out of five issues that we were correcting, but it's still in the works. I can't just say that it's 100% that we we're moving we're moving in the right direction, but we just got to give our GM a chance.
Yeah, it's the foundation, though. Anytime you build something, you got to build a good foundation, right? So you got to take all that stuff that didn't work and get rid of it. And you got to firm up the foundation before you can start building that house, right? And right now, I think we're putting together the foundation and we're pouring that cement. And next, we'll start putting that A-frame together.
I got a question for you, Wally.
Yeah,
Out of all these players, which that we drafted, which one needs to catch up to speed faster, except for Bryce?
I would say to make the biggest impact would be DJ. Be DJ. We can survive Mingo not being there for a year or so, but if DJ could be that guy quicker, he'll make the biggest impact. What's up, Pop? You think I'm right?
I believe so too. I believe so too. And like I said, I passed the keys over to Q. He's the driver. He's the driver. He's the guy that's riding for DJ Johnson. So I passed the keys on to him. If he say this guy gonna come here and be a monster, hey, that's just who I'm falling behind. In I'm just in the passenger seat, riding along, cheering with him, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I got you.
cool.
Me too. Me too. And think about it. Again, this is all about culture change. Now we've looked at everything. We said this is probably going to be the best draft we've had regarding hitting on the draft picks. We don't know if all these guys are going to be as good as Luke and Cam and all those guys, but we hope. But if at least they can all be long-term Panthers, either backups or starters, that's an opportunity for a serious culture change to build the foundation to build a bright future and get that first Lombardi trophy. What say you, Q?
So what, Wally?
I think
I
he's
was
in the
saying
back
that,
door or something.
yeah, get this. Hey, Here's the opportunity to build that foundation with these guys, and that future is bright. And being that future is bright, here's the opportunity to get that first Lombardi trophy because now we got a strong foundation to build on.
No, I agree, but I still go back to the general manager. You just got to let him work and actually give him 100% of the roster.
He has it now.
Maybe next year.
This is his first draft. This is his first draft.
Nope, I
The year
can't agree with that
before,
one
why you say that?
because the owner had to say so on that first pick. The second pick was just I don't I don't know. I don't get the other picks, but it's all right. Hopefully you have full control next year.
Okay. All right, Pop. What you say, brother?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're on point. I think you're saying, hey, the wheels are turning. The ship is sailing towards the treasure finally, and this is the beginning of good competent coaching and leadership. Uh, I agree with Jayisue. I think next year we'll really be able to see Fit take control of the draft and get what we need, instead of the owner having his influence and having his finger all in the pots. Uh, so yeah, I think we're going up in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. All right, Q. Is the foundation solid now? We got rid of all the cobwebs.
Oh, the
Look, the
foundation is solid.
cobweb. Oh yeah. The foundation's solid now. But I'm not ready to, jump on it there, 10 toes down yet. We got to see it, brother. We got to see it.
Yeah. Well, the foundation first, that concrete, we got to settle, right? So here's the opportunity for it to firm up, right? So we'll give it this year. This year we'll be sitting there watching it. Next year, though, if this year goes great, next year we got to be all in. That means 2024, we need to reach out and grab as many fans, future Panther fans, to come to the stadium because there's no opportunity, that's going to be as good as getting in at the ground floor before they lift that Lombardi trophy. I'm gonna say 2026. Let's say you.
2026. Sheesh.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm on that.
that defense ain't there yet. So, damn.
That defense will look way different by the time 2026 get here. You can bet
Yeah.
Yeah,
your bottom dollar it's gonna be way different.
yeah, but with me, Super Bowl, I probably put 27.
Oh, look at that. I guess I'm too optimistic.
Yeah, Wiley, you do be you be jumping now. You be jumping now.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, somebody gotta keep hope alive. Y'all guys, I should be the one that has all the problems. I've been here since '95. Watching all the bullshit.
Wow, you had a couple of
Me
years
too.
of a head start on us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just saying, from a fan perspective, I've been watching it from the beginning. Dude, you just don't know how I felt in '96. I was like, it is on. And then what happens? GM leaves us. What happened? Quarterback fuck up. What happened? Caruth kills his baby mom. I was just going through like, are we cursed?
That what it seemed like, right?
Hey, but now all those guys that was part of that are all gone. All of them. Ownership, everybody. So here's the opportunity. We can do it. I believe we can do it.
I'm glad you got some kind of faith, Wiley.
Hey man.
I'm
Hey,
just
everybody.
joking, man. I'm joking.
Yeah, it's good, Q. I'm just saying, somebody gotta have hope. That's how you start that, right? When you start a wave, somebody got to get up and be the first one, right?
And
Well,
I tell you
at
about
least,
them waves.
at least Wiley ain't doing like he doing like some Sir Capping. You know what I'm saying? Things that he's saying, and even his early predictions, it's not like it's not reachable. You know what I mean? Because there's some
Right.
guys out here that said some crazy numbers. And it's like, huh? Wiley ain't doing that. He ain't jumped out. You know what I mean? He still see now. You know what I mean? He ain't lost it. He ain't got to that point yet. He was like, yeah, 14-3. Like,
Oh
what?
Jesus!
You serious? Like, he ain't doing that. It's very
Yeah.
understandable. I can stand beside him like, yeah, that's my guy. But when he starts saying some crazy shit like that, I'm like, all right, I don't know him.
Yeah.
He ain't took his medication today.
No, it was. He ain't took the meds.
That's all you can say because you're like, dang, right. You ever been walking with somebody and then you slow down and watch them walk off and they think you still beside them and they look back? You're like, oh, y'all stop. That's when I'm going to have to do the Wiley. I'm going to have to stop. Like, oh, hold on, bro. I ain't with that.
Hey man, I hear you, but I don't believe that. I believe that you're gonna be right there with me the whole time, senile and all, and you're gonna be saying, lifting that trophy up, going, that old man said it.
You know what? Hey,
2026, 2026, we're gonna be lifting that trophy. Why do I say that? Remember, everything's about facts, right? Everything's about history. Every time we had a brand new start, Cam Newton, for it was 4 years we got the Super Bowl. With Fox, new coach, it was 3 years we got the Super Bowl. New coach, I'm saying 3 years get to the Super Bowl.
yeah. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
All I'm saying, Q, go
I
ahead.
need my Lombardi.
Me too. I need that damn Lombardi. I've been talking crap all these years. When we finally win, boy, they ain't gonna be able to shut me up.
They ain't gonna be able to tell me that. They gonna think I'm a Cowboys fan the way I'm at.
You ain't lying about that one. And we gonna all be like Cowboy fans.
We're going to the Super Bowl every year. I'm gonna tell them that we're going to the Super Bowl.
You ain't lying. That's what they say. They say that every year. I'll be like, man, don't y'all get tired of that?
What y'all think about this jersey throwback? The New York Stars Charlotte Hornets jersey I put up there in the chat.
Hey,
Should
that's
look like a
outstanding
damn
now.
hockey jersey almost.
Right?
Yeah. I have to get one of them, man. I have to get one of them. Hey,
I ain't paying no $84 for it.
hey, I may do it.
That shit should have been $20.
Man, that's how old it is. It looked like something Nelly would wear though.
Nelly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's an old man like me. You're right.
Here we
Us
go.
old people, we like that stuff.
See him coming around from the side. St. Luna. Nelly.
All right, guys. So what y'all say, man? I think today was phew. You should have brought up that draft stuff, bro. You took it out of me today.
Yeah. That shit there. It punches you just like a Mike Tyson in the gut wrench. You felt that just like Tyson hit you. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a Marty Herney show, and I promise to God I'm going to bury this nigga as our GM, as our former GM.
Yeah.
It's going down.
I got nothing but slanders.
Hey, man.
Bring them all.
Well, you can't get worse. Well, this is horrible. This is a bad history from the draft history. We hope this year starts the whole new trend, and then 3 years from now, we're hoisting the trophy and it'll be good to go. Because that's all it takes. 3 draft picks, three sets of drafts, change half the defense, a little more of the offense. We're in there.
Oh no, 704! I'm gonna bury that motherfucker. I got to get him. Don't give a damn. He got to go.
Well, he's gone now. He's up there with the Commanders.
Yeah, he kissing Ron ass.
Yeah, that's why he got a job with the Commanders.
Exactly. This man, for what the fuck he do, I could be a GM and I'd do a much better job than this crazy son of a gun.
Yes, because I don't know what the scouting departments did because look at those drafts. Godly.
Partner, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd be over the scouting department, and if they draft me one motherfucker that don't got an ounce of a dog in him, I'm firing everybody. I'm getting rid of everybody. Here we go with this shit here.
Yeah.
He
Well,
brought us the great Luke Kuechly. Here we go.
What else?
I told y'all. Here come this shit here.
He tried to cut Steve Smith every year. But he didn't draft Steve Smith. That was our coach at the time. Seifert, yeah. He drafted him. So I don't know, man. I think this is an opportunity for us to get right. I think we're right now. We just don't know it. It's the calm before the storm. Preseason is going to show us what the deal is. First game is we're going to have all those fans that are fair weather fans come back. By the middle of the season, they can all be cheering like in 2015.
Think so, Wally?
Come on, man. You know all the fair weather fans. You know what they're going to do. They're all going to pull out their jerseys like they always had them on. You know they're going to do it. Oh, look at us.
They going to come out this year.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It start this year.
Yeah, at the middle of the season. Because they're gonna look like they're gonna be saying, "I wonder if they're gonna be okay." By the middle of the season, say we're 6-2, right? Say we're 6-2. You go into the bye. They're gonna all after the bye. You gonna see all kind of Panther jerseys.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, don't let us be kicking ass and Bryce Young come with a fire ass signature goddamn touchdown celebration. It's a wrap.
That's what I'm saying. You know they're gonna do it. They're going to be all acting like they were there the whole time.
I cuss their ass right out. Go sit the fuck down.
Hey, you think the Panther podcast community is full now? Come on, Doc. It's going to be everywhere.
Don't you worry. You're going to get all that realness on this Black Cat Panther podcast. We're going to bring it to you.
I know. But, hey, they ain't going to come like this today. What they gonna do? They gonna come. They gonna be all acting as if they always been there. No, you.
Why they been here? Everybody, all the day ones like Agent and C and J, they gonna pop up in the chat. You like, I ain't never seen this guy or this lady.
Yeah,
exactly.
He wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
He wasn't shooting with me in the gym.
There it is, baby. Nah, they gonna all come back. It always happens. But you know what? We'll welcome with open arms, and we'll be ready to ride the next 8 years at least.
Well, you can have that shit there, Wiley. I ain't welcoming with shit. I'm an angry Panther fan.
I'm welcome.
I'm an angry.
You know why? Hey, I want their nieces and nephews to be fans for life. Cause they're gonna be fair weather the other ones. I want the younger ones. I want at least when I get old, I say what I want to do. I want to watch my last game in Charlotte at the stadium, and then actually be a team there.
Gotta be dope.
What the theme is? Old folks' day? I mean, what are we talking?
No. What I'm saying is this.
I know what you're saying, Wiley, but what I'm saying is that I don't know if that shit gonna happen, Wiley. I don't know, Wiley. I might wheel you up in the wheelchair into the stadium and sit beside you, and you might be so old, and I might be so old, we can't do nothing but sit here and talk about the days we talked on the podcast. That's all we're gonna be doing. That's all we're gonna be doing, Wiley.
Y'all gonna be looking like Ray and them off of Life at the baseball game.
Exactly.
I was just gonna say that.
Yes, sir.
Look, Ray. Look, Ray.
Look at that. Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Did we
we
score?
don't want to be talking about, hey, are they going to win next year?
Look, Q.
No.
Look, Q. Look at this dumb ass.
Hey, I'm gonna say Wiley. You remember that day you tell me they were gonna win? You was full of it, Wiley.
Oh, man. That's horrible.
Damn.
That is horrible.
Oh boy, that's a
bad.
shame. That's a
Who that,
shame, man.
who that little dude right there? Oh, that's
Ain't no who
they
them
getting
young cats
smaller and
is.
smaller, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
We got an ant farm as a team.
Hey,
Bryce Young
that's
and
how I
his
be
little
looking.
fellows.
Hey.
We got an ant farm as a team. They getting little and little, ain't they?
Uh-huh. You better be glad you're
Oh,
able to see at that age, let alone
yeah.
going to a damn stadium.
Hey,
Oh,
that's true.
shit.
That's true. But hopefully by then, we won't be saying, did we win it yet? 2026, lift the trophy.
Hold on the phone here.
So,
I hear
AQ,
Hmm?
AQ,
Hmm?
I think, what time is it? We're about 2 hours in. It's
Yeah.
about 2 hours in. I
Yeah.
think today was been an opportunity to shake off some of those cobwebs.
Yeah.
Hey, what you say, Q?
Hey
What you
man,
say?
I'm very happy with today's show, man. I appreciate you for bringing us the history of Charlotte, introducing us to the team, showing us the logo, showing us, we talked about the stadium and how it first got here, man. Look, so to anybody who watching this, man, go back and rewind in the beginning and take your time and just sit there and realize in 74, 75, the Panthers had an actual team in Charlotte that came from New York. I did not know that. That was the fun fact for me for today. I appreciate the history lesson, Mr. Professor. I really do.
We call him
It's all
International
good.
Wally. Wally
See,
Yeah,
International.
Wally got the head like Professor X over there, so we can call him Professor X over there.
Sheesh.
International Wally.
Internationally known player from the Himalayas.
All right, Jayisue, what's that issue, brother?
We have a lot of them, but today was a great show. You know what I mean? Appreciate everybody on the panel. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Keep pounding.
All right, Papa,
You
get
sure
that little
about that?
shooter out.
Hey man, look, I'm just here for the shits and giggles, man. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna run with International Wally said, keep hope alive. Keep pounding.
Keep hope alive. Keep pounding. Hey, guys. Hey, appreciate y'all support today. Hey, like, subscribe, and make sure you keep pounding. Thank you. We're out.